Hi everyone, hi all you lovelies. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first video. Regardless, I appreciate you being here so much. This is a place for everything midlife, reinvention, holistic health and healing, as well as just living our most authentic lives, and hopefully having some fun along the way in this second half of life. So today I want to talk a little bit about a topic that's been tickling in the back of my brain, I feel like, for several years now. And it's just kind of this realization about female friendships, and especially making new friendships within midlife and even a little before then. I would say starting in the period of time that you'd consider kind of like your settling time. And I don't mean like settling down into a boring person. I just mean kind of like the post-college, post-20s, maybe early 30s, where you're finding yourself figuring out if you're settling down to have kids, or if you're living on your own or with friends, whatever it is, whatever kind of like your landing place is, at least for a little bit, because as you know, we can always change what we want to do in our situations. But anyway, around that period of time, I started noticing something. And I think it's in part the way society is changing, the way social media is, the pressures that single moms especially, or just parents feel as far as what they need to do for work and income these days. And I think all of those things together created this pattern where it's just really difficult sometimes to make new friendships that are genuine. I don't know if you all have experienced that before, but I feel like my picker of new friends has to be a lot more honed in than it ever has been. And luckily, I consider myself an empath, so I'm really good at reading energy. So I have more of a natural ability to kind of like find my people, if you will, and those that I resonate with and I know will connect with me genuinely. But I feel like, again, there's just been some factors where it makes that really difficult, to the point where I see a lot of people choosing just not to have new friendships, or settling for something that is almost like transactional, almost like the way romantic relationships can be. If someone's looking for money or attention or status, or to have like what they would call like arm candy, or like a more attractive partner, or whatever the reason might be, that's not a genuine reason. I feel like that has leaked over into the female friendship world more than it ever has before. I think women in general are wonderful, amazing people, but we also are more likely to sometimes do things that are more indirect, whether it's our communication or our motivations for things sometimes. And so this has just been a topic that's been on my mind. The first thing that I notice a lot of times is that, you know, with the whole like MLM, and if you don't know what that is, that's like multi-level marketing, which is just someone selling another company's product to other people, and it's called also direct sales, where you can't purchase the product outside of going to that person or the people that they hire under them. Now, some people say it's a pyramid scheme. I'm really not here to hate on that, because the thing is, I understand wanting to get involved in something like that, because there's some things that are sold to you, like there's a natural community built in. It's something you can do on your own time. It has flexibility. You can earn money from it. But there's a lot of pitfalls as well. And I think that people being more and more involved in that sort of thing has muddied the waters of like what a genuine outreach for connection looks and feels like. For example, when my kids were little, I remember my first like exposure to such a thing was that I was at this kid's birthday party, and there was a mom that seemed super sweet, and I actually still like her to this day. So it's not really an issue with her personally. However, she had approached me and she was like, I just noticed you have this really caring way about you. You seem like personality-wise, let me invite you to this party. Well, historically, when you think about parties, you'd think a party, right? Like you're gonna have food and drinks and music and whatever, games and fun, whatever. But it turned out the party, this was my first exposure to these types of parties, where it was really like a sales event that was packaged in a pretty box or pretty way where, I won't give away the company's name or anything, but she was trying to sell products that were like skincare products. And again, there was several more outreaches like that. I had someone else reach out to me saying, like, hey, I'd love to be friends with you. Like, let's go meet for coffee. And like, maybe our kids can get together. Like the kids were used a lot as like, a way to like kind of get into the friendship space a lot of times as well. But the undercurrent of that is unfortunate, because I understand sales is a necessary function in life. I understand, again, the rationale for it, because you're out there hustling, you're doing something that's outside of your family or whatever else you have day to day. Again, there's flexibility and independence, and they have a lot of events, I'm sure, as you've all seen. This is not a new concept, I know. I'm just trying to give you like the origins of my thoughts right now, but I still feel like that sort of thing has continued to spread. Now, companies have shut down here and there, but then people kind of jump onto the next company or the next opportunity. And again, it's not that I have a problem with that in and of itself. It's more the guise of talking to other women to get them into their friendship space or their world, as really, at least in part, a means of making money, making sales. And that got me to also reflect on my YouTube channel. Now, I am what I call to other people, because it's true, I'm small potatoes. That's what I tell the couple of friends that I've finally shared this channel with, and with my partner. I'm small potatoes. I don't have thousands of followers. I'm just, getting started and sharing my story. And that's really okay. That's where I'm at right now, and maybe I will always continue to do that. That's okay. But what I don't ever want to do, as I get interest in like sponsorships, because I've had a couple of companies reach out, super sweet, and I always evaluate those before I'm going to bring them to my channel. But what I don't ever want to portray or become is I'm sharing my YouTube information because I'm trying to get money from you. I'm trying to promote this product because my main, not even if it's not my main motivation, like a big chunk of the motivation is to market to people or to market to friends. I'm not marketing to anybody. I do understand by doing like a haul that's sponsored or showing a product that's sponsored, that yes, there are opportunities for me to get commission on some of these things, which I would disclose. But that's not my main motivation. I just have fun doing hauls and trying products. And if a company reaches out to me, because I'm not reaching out to anybody, then yeah, that's an extra nice thing. But I look at it as like a nice to have. And I will never come on here being one of those people where I tell you I'm trying something on and it's life-changing, or like the most amazing thing I've ever seen, or like a lot of the ways these things are marketed to us, right? It's like, oh, life-changing. I'm like obsessed. I'm not going to come on here and say, hey, girlies. There should be no hey girlies, hey huns, and I'm obsessed with anything, because they're products. Unless it's something truly life-changing, like, something that keeps my house continuously clean, or is a drug that makes me live forever, you won't see me come on here ever and give you some inauthentic review to try to hook you into something and be like, these new jeans changed my life. They won't. But it might be something, on the side that you might be interested in. But my space here in my channel, I am always going to have checks and balances to continue to make sure it's refocused and continues to be focused on authenticity, information that either you find amusing or helpful, or that helps me to connect with you authentically. I'm not going to be throwing things out there to try to hook you into something. That's not going to happen. And I think that, again, with the MLMs, I don't want to like keep pointing the finger there, because again, if any of you are part of MLMs, just like I say in other videos, I support things that bring you joy, that feel like they're on your path, and give you a sense of purpose. So if those things, if that's happening for you, that's amazing. It's more the trying to get people in your inner circle to really, for ulterior motives. The other thing I will say, so with the rise, the other point outside of like the MLM stuff is like with the rise of social media, right? A lot of times I feel like people reach out because they want more Instagram followers or YouTube followers, or, you know, they are having other promotions going on their social media channel where they can get commission or attention or whatever it might be. And that can also muddy the waters too, because that's becoming more and more popular. Like more and more people are finding a niche for themselves that potentially could be money making. Need to take a drink, but I have my Celsius because I'm out going to a play later. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. So we have social media influences, we have MLM influences, and then there's this carryover that didn't happen in my generation. Now I'm Generation X, almost millennial. I'm kind of like on the cusp of those two. Trying to push myself into millennials, although I love Gen X, so I guess either is good. But like when I grew up, or when we grew up during those times, it was like the other social influence that I think makes it difficult with female friendships, and especially new ones, aside from the two that I just talked about, was that like as parents, especially, there's still like this continuing popularity contest. It's like, especially when the kids are preschool, elementary school, and middle school, because there's a whole lot of influence on like the parents creating opportunities for other parents with the popular kids, or that have the money, honestly, the money and the lifestyle, and they see other people that they want to bring into the money and the lifestyle. And again, you can be targeted as a woman, or if a dad's watching as a father, because that happens too for other reasons, but just as a parent, because they want like their kids to hang out with your kids and be some like part of their like little popular group, because there's a concern for that now. Like I don't remember that happening when I was little. Like it was just, we kind of picked our friends on the playground or through school, and then we said, hey parents, you know, come drop us off, or we played with kids in the neighborhood or whatever. And now it's like this very orchestrated series of events where, you know, the cool moms pick other cool moms to bring their kids in. And sometimes it's not, again, not about genuine connections and how they feel like you are as a parent. Your heart, I know I'm so cheesy, but like your heart and personality and your influence around their kids, just in a positive way. But it's more about like, oh, well, can we get our kids all together so we have like this popular group of kids, you know what I mean, that like you know, can have like a presence or a name for themselves in the community and then the school. These are real things that happen. And so, you know, I just kind of learned along the way. Again, luckily, I have a really good perception on energy and who's being genuine in general. But there were some things that my alarm bells weren't ready for until I stepped into it. Until I stepped into moms telling me they really liked me, to, you know, my personality was so great that they'd love to hang out with me, and realize it's really just for a business opportunity that would help them make money. Or the same thing with, you know, kids. Like my kids would be asked to go to certain groups, and I'd think, oh, you guys, you know, we should hang out together. And then I realize it's for some status thing, which is it's so bizarre to me that there are status things through kids. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, come on. They're all gonna grow up, and it's gonna be back to you, and it's okay. But so my takeaways have been, you know, first of all, luckily I have an amazing series of friendships that I have kept throughout the years. I have made new friends as life has gone on, and the people that I choose to bring into my world and my circle are those that I see that are just like these bright lights and these wonderful hearts, and people that I know if some crap went wrong, they'd be there, and I would do the same for them. Every single one of my friends that I consider to be close to me and close to my heart would give me like the shirt off their back and let me, you know, if I was without a home, they would open their home to me and their doors to me, and I would do the same for them. And I know that. I think like the care and support and the celebrations of like, especially again, males, you're welcome to listen to this. I know there are takeaway pieces. I know I'm focusing on females a lot, but like women to women and supporting each other, that's another thing that like us as a gender, we have to continue to get better at and work at, because there's still so much shutting down of others, and especially of others' wins, and taking time to celebrate those wins and to support them is really important. And that is also what I look for when I'm looking for like true, genuine friendships that are female. So thank you. Those of you that have gotten to know me on that kind of a level, like I have so much love for you, truly. And you've gotten me through some of the most trying, difficult parts of my life when nobody else was there. But yeah, that was just, I don't know if you guys, if you've realized that too, please comment below. I know it's true. It's something with like the shifting of society and some of those factors. I know there are other factors. Let me know what I missed, because I know there's a lot that I missed. I just don't want to make this like a 3-hour long video, because I probably talk for it ad nauseum. But yeah, find those out there that are really there for you, just like I would suggest in romantic relationships. That's a whole other animal, but some of the same principles apply. You know, just because somebody's part of an MLM, or they have a social media presence, or they have their, you know, they write books or whatever, they have their hustle or side hustle that they bring you into, that's not necessarily a reason to shut down, but it is a reason to like just pay attention for motivations, and make sure that, you know, if you're letting them into your life, that it's worth it. Because, you know, the most important thing that we have other than our health is our time, and spending time with friends is a choice, and as to where you're investing your most valuable resource. So thank you again so much for watching this video. I hope something resonated with you, and I invite you to please go find your joys and the things that bring happiness and passion into your life, and find those friends that make you feel good about yourself and your world. And please subscribe if you'd like to support my channel. Anytime I have that kind of support, comments, or any engagement, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thanks again, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye-bye.